Welcome to another Age of Empires forecasted game. This time we don't got a 1v1, we have a 2 against 2 people. In the color purple, playing as the Jeanne Dark, it's gonna be 1. And in the color yellow, playing as the Byzantines, it's Papipal, the Canadian brothers. And in the other side of the map, in the color blue, playing as the other French variant, it's C4 White Knights 4C. And in the color pink, playing as the Mongol, it's gonna be LegendLil. Welcome everybody to this 2v2 casted game. We're gonna be watching a interesting match today because normally 1 against 1 is what it typically post, but 2 against 2 people is like pretty cool. Actually, it's pretty cool. The dynamics of the game change a lot when you play with other players, and you need to coordinate a lot. And I think this game has a lot of potential for 2v2 tournaments. 4v4 and 3 against 3 or free for all, maybe a little bit unbalanced. They may need to make some tweaks, but 2 against 2 people, usually it's in the sweet spot between like team coordination and game balance. You can still have like 1v1 situations, like okay, like you are like the Mongol is close to the yellow player, so they're gonna focus on him first because, you know, distance is a thing here, right? Now we see Papipal opening up with 2 spearmen, or it's actually a Limitane. We're going there. It's gonna be a little bit of a rush here. Now remember, with this cistern, he has 20% production speed, so these guys are gonna be like there in 14 seconds. Not really sure what he's gonna do with him. Probably he suspects his opponent is gonna tower rush him, so he's sending a couple of spearmen here just to prevent that early tower rush. And indeed, a couple of spearmen are coming, but we're not exactly sure where they're really going. Let's take a look at the waypoint. Can still trying to figure out what's the base layout for Papipal. Not gonna be able to find much resources nearby, so it's gonna be a very exposed stone, gold vein here. But the problem is, I mean, the advantage is that it's in the back of his base, so it's gonna take longer for him to arrive. And indeed, it's gonna be this gold vein here. Meanwhile, French just doing French stuff, aging up with Age of Cavalry, aging up with I said aging up with Age of Cavalry, aging up with School of Cavalry. Typical stuff. Gonna see French knights coming from bot players. Now remember, the blue version, the variant has more economic bonuses, like they produce villagers every 18 seconds. Did they change something? Like, this is supposed to be 17 seconds, right? I believe so. Anyway, Mongol trying to tower rush his opponent here with a couple of spearmen, but Papipal already scouted him, so he's not gonna let him. He's already have plenty of spearmen to deal with this. It's gonna be a second cistern here. Kind of just gonna be annoying. A tower going out for 1. Basically, like, if your opponent is going knights, you want to put a tower here just to be safe. And that way you don't produce as many units as you need, because these knights are really annoying. Take a look at Papipal's vision. Trying to push his opponent directly into his base. It's like, get out of here. Get back to your base. We see Jeanne Dark. And now with this mod, actually, we can see the experience of Jeanne Dark. It's about to age up. Only need a little bit more experience. It looks like the French knight will arrive, but we'll encounter two French knights here. He will be forced to retreat, unfortunately. And it's gonna be Jeanne d'Arc, woman at arms. So we're also going for the French counterpart, but a lot of Limitanei are already causing a lot of trouble here, and blue loses a knight. It's a pretty nice fight coming from Papi Paw. Nice timing here. And now the Mongol is going back again with early horsemen. Oh my god, we don't see those every day, early horsemen. We can get an upgrade? Come on, man. Upgrade to horsemen. It's not that expensive. Don't be so cheap. Papi Paw is still on the Dark Age. A really interesting setup he has here. Let's take a look. Two cisterns here already. Aging up with the Grand Winery. I'm gonna get drunk there with that olive oil. And we see a couple of units going into Worm's base, but it's not gonna do much here. I mean, you have the cistern, you can potentially take down this cistern. Is Papi Paw's army nearby? Not nearby, but this cistern is gonna be a little bit tanky. 1.5 health HP, so it's gonna be a little bit hard. Horseman, not early horseman anymore. Well, looks like the cistern will live for another day. Nice block by LegendLil, trying to block the Limitanei from actually going there, but looks like he won't have enough time to take down that cistern, and indeed that cistern is gonna be connected. Papi Paw is gonna get that olive oil. I already have 500. So you have a mercenary contract. That's not a mercenary house. There you go. Mercenary house here. Already being built. Looks like he can go for another attack here. Trying to take down that cistern. It's a huge economic damage at this point if he managed to take it down, but looks like his army composition is not gonna work here. Let's take a look at what's going on in the French side. Now there's a lot of knights. One trying to expand a little bit, trying to put a tower and try to get the deer at the middle. And we'll also get the boar. Take a look at the experience here. No, the boar doesn't give as much as experience as the other, as the last patch. Just because it was too much experience going for Jeanne d'Arc. Now we see that Limitanei are already there. A lack of archers coming from LegendLil. If a couple of archers here. Well, I mean, I say a couple, but actually, there you go. More than a couple. That's what you need here to push a little bit. But the problem is you have his teammate is here, and looks like it's gonna get surrounded, but looks like LegendLil will have to go back. Meanwhile, the French knights are already going here. Looks like LegendLil won't have his friend nearby. Where is his friend? There you go. Just patrolling the base casually. It looks like LegendLil will be forced to lose half of his army here. That's a huge military loss for him. He will have to retreat now. Hopefully these archers don't encounter the knights, and Lil will have to retreat to his base. I'll put a tower here, but let's see if he's quick enough. French knights. Gonna find another French knight. The problem is the guy who is getting a lot of gold here. So in a way, if you kill it, there's gonna be another one coming soon. And there you go. Worm's army already there with Jeanne d'Arc. The Kang just trying to be annoying and not getting much damage with the Kang. Unfortunately, this unit is the scout for the Mongols. If you don't know about it, it's basically it can shoot while he attacks, but it also has some powers like can move speed, can attack speed, buff a little bit of buff here. And look at that. You see, Keshiks already going for Puppy Paw, and he's not a Mongol. He buys them with olive oil, and there you go. Keshiks already being built here. Looks like this tower is gonna get contested here. Oh, what's going on here? And looks like Puppy Paw will age up with the Golden Horn Tower. Take a nice screenshot of this. The Mongol. Who's the Mongol now? Who's the Mongol now? Who has the Keshiks? Oh my god. Yeah, like this is, if you think about it, it's very funny. Your opponent has Keshiks, but you don't. With horsemen? And one of the reasons is your opponent already have French knights, so if you go Keshiks, you're basically having more of the same. So maybe they try to go, okay, you go spearman, archer, I go the knights, just because the knights are better than the Keshiks. It looks like his army is gonna get intersected again, second time in this matchup. LegendLil gets his army intersected. Looks like one will continue to play the feudal age, and the Golden Horn Tower will be finished soon. And with that, we're gonna get some free units here. Let's take a look at which free units he's getting. He's gonna get some Keshiks. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Meanwhile, Mongol. Sneaky little trade here. I feel this is a little bit risky, just because you have a teammate, so it means if your teammate can create a market here, you can just put your market in the corner and you are pretty safe actually. Whereas this market here is a little bit exposed. How much gold? And 54 gold is not the best amount of gold you want to get from a trade. Now the mass for the French knights is getting bigger and bigger. But also does the mass of the French knights for one. Looks like we don't have any spearmen here coming from any of both players, so it's gonna be a tough match. It's gonna be really tough. Spearman and try to deal with the scout here. Puppy Paw already know he's trading. At this point you don't really know if that trade is like a issue or not, but he's gonna suspect that you want to assume it is an issue, because if the trade goes for too long, it's gonna be a huge economic boost for the Mongol. You don't want that to happen, and looks like the trade plus is gonna get spotted here, and looks like there will be a surround coming from Puppy Paw. Trying to surround this Thousand Silver Tree. There you go. Silver Tree already being burned. And on the meantime, more is the French Knights against the French Knights. Looks like the numbers favor the French player. Jeanne d'Arc actually in a bit of a trouble here. Trying to fight in a position. Tower is not. Never mind. Jeanne d'Arc goes down. I was saying they're not targeting Jeanne d'Arc, but she's down. She's down for sure. She will be back. Don't worry. At no time. While Puppy Paw walling this area of the map, he knows he's a little bit exposed just because he went Castle Age very fast, so his army is not gonna be in the greatest numbers. But with the Golden Horn, you should actually have a pretty good income. Already level 3 Cistern. And now we have the French Knight actually doing a lot of damage here. One need to get out of this with this, but looks like only one villager went down here. Not much value coming from C4 White Knight. He needs his teammate, and there you go. His teammate has arrived, but also the Keshiks coming from here, and these are veteran Keshiks, so these are no jokes. They are kind of strong already. Oh, look at what are the archers doing here? There's no spearman coming from anyone. In fact, it's only man-at-arms. And looks like this is gonna get nasty here. This is gonna get nasty. No spearman coming from... there you go. Papipa has spearman. But looks like the archers are not gonna do much, and losing this fight, it's gonna be really bad for him. Second landmark will be down for the Mongol. The Mongol already surrendered, and looks like GG gets called. Papipao and Wamp showing the synergy between Jeanne d'Arc and the Byzantines in this 2v2 match.